JBNN will keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share the news with someone today. Now on to the news. Suspect in West Mland double murder fatally shot by police. The Westmoreland police are reporting that the main suspect in Tuesday's deadly attack in Williamsfield, Westmoreland, which left a man and his wife dead, was fatally shot by the police on Wednesday afternoon. Superintendent O'Neil Dobson, commanding officer for the division, said Tevin Robinson, otherwise called Sean Storm, was identified as the trigger man in the killing of 56-year-old Marlene Daly Hall and Kirk Hall, who were both higglers. The couple's house was also set on fire after they were shot. Their child remains were later found among the rubble of the dwelling following cooling down operations by firefighters. Superintendent Dobson said Robinson and another man were spotted by a police team in the Bluefields area about 3:30 p.m. on Wednesday.
The police alighted from the marked service vehicle and gave clear instructions to the men not to move. Both men started running and Robinson started firing at the police. The police took evasive action, returned the fire. Robinson continued running while shooting at the police. When the shooting subsided, Robinson was found clutching a 9mm pistol with 2 live rounds. He was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. He's a known violence producer that impacts several policing districts within the Westmoreland Police Division. I'm taking this medium to urge the citizens of Westmoreland to continue to work with the police as we try to rid the communities of these violent criminals.
4 men shot in suspected reprisal attack in Cor Hill. Investigators attached to the Maypen Criminal Investigations Branch are probing the circumstances that led to 4 people being shot in Cor Hill, Clarendon, on Wednesday night. According to the police report, the men, aged 23 to 52, were at a shop on Sim Lane, Cor Hill, around 8:45 p.m. when a white Nissan Tiida drove up. It is alleged that 2 men armed with handguns exited the vehicle and opened fire in their direction before escaping in their waiting car. The injured men were subsequently rushed to the hospital, where it was revealed that 1 person received gunshot wounds to his upper body, while the others sustained injuries to their lower bodies. One of the victims is considered to be in serious condition. However, the injuries to the other men are not life-threatening. While the investigations are ongoing, the police said initial information suggests that the attack could be a reprisal for the Tuesday, February 13, 2024 murder of another man in the community. The police believe the attack may have been carried out by a known violence producer from the New Bowens community. Police summoned service pistol stolen from a car in Manchester. An investigation is underway to retrieve the loaded service weapon of a police woman, which was stolen from her car along Ward Avenue in Mandeville, Manchester, on Wednesday. The government-issued Browning pistol was loaded with 30 rounds of ammunition. It is reported that about 12:30 p.m., the cop went to do business at an establishment and secured the loaded weapon in her handbag inside her private motor vehicle. Upon returning about 20 minutes later, it was observed that the vehicle was broken into and that the weapon was missing, along with other government property. Police have since identified suspects in relation to the theft of the firearm. A motor car reportedly used by the suspects was found abandoned in the corporate area. The Mandeville Criminal Investigation Branch is probing the matter. Man injured in Old Abra Bay gun attack. A 21-year-old man was injured in a gun attack in Old Abra Bay, St. Catherine last night. It is reported that about 7:15 p.m., the man was standing along Nareen Lane in Old Abra Bay when a car approached, and the occupants exited the vehicle with guns and opened fire. The man was hit in his upper body. The vehicle then sped away. The injured man was assisted to the Maypen Hospital, where he is admitted. The Old Abra Criminal Investigation Branch is investigating the shooting. Gun seized. 5 men detained in Fraser's Content, St. Catherine. The St. Catherine North Police on Wednesday seized an illegal gun and detained 5 men during a major operation in the community of Fraser's Content. Superintendent Upton Nicholson, commanding officer for the division, said that the operation was conducted to quell growing violence in the area.
In recent weeks, several criminal activities have been occurring in the Fraser's Content area, to include murders and shooting. During the operation, while searching for persons of interest, the team recovered a 9mm Glock pistol with a magazine and 18 live 9mm rounds. 5 persons were taken into custody, and the St. Catherine North CIB is conducting investigations at this time. Presently, there are 2 persons of interest in the Fraser's content area whom we want to interview in regards to recent criminal activities in the community. They are Kemar Miller, otherwise known as Pantyman, and Javon, otherwise known as Puku.
The senior cop is urging residents to assist the police in locating the 2 men. St. James Police launched operation targeting gangs and wanted men. The St. James Police on Wednesday launched an operation targeting gangs and men wanted for various crimes in the parish. 4 men were arrested on the first day of the operation. They are expected to be questioned about their possible involvement in gang activities. Deputy Superintendent Linroy Edwards, head of operations for the St. James Police, says the officers will pay close attention to communities where gang members are seeking refuge.
We will be targeting every community where gangs are affiliated: Glen Devon area, Salt Spring, Green Pond, Rosite, Barney Street, Granville, Flankers, Tucker, anywhere they are. Just tell us, we'll go and get them anytime, night or day. It's about time.
The police in St. James have listed the names of several wanted persons in the parish.
They are Joseph Mackenzie, OCJO from Flankers, Shane Morgan, OC Upper King Street, Montego Bay, Lico Maxwell, OC Turner from Germantown, Omar Romain Lodge, OC Not Nice of Top Hill, Montpelier, Shaquille Nathaniel Brown of William Street, Mobay, Kesson Bertrand, OC Cass, OC Trinity, OC Pablo of Hampton District, Devon Reed, OC Manor 40, Burnt Ground, Austin Reed, OC Akeem, Burnt Ground, Springmount, Tiffany Johnson, OC Steph, OC Saj, OC Begidan, OC Boled.
They are wanted for murder and shooting. Government to consider providing lands as part of plans to reduce cost of housing. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has said that the government will be examining the possibility of providing lands for housing development as it explores ways to reduce the cost of housing. Speaking at the grand opening of Sajukor's New Brunswick Village Housing Development in St. Catherine on Wednesday, Holness expressed concern about the number of housing solutions and the affordability for the average Jamaican.
We must get the prices down so that the bartenders, the hairdressers, the gardeners, the mechanics, those persons need houses too. The only challenge that I see with this is that we are all building what is called aspirational housing. It's aspirational. It's a middle-class pursuit relative to a middle income or upper middle income, even lower middle income pursuit for housing. But the real deficit in housing is in what I am going to be terming achievable housing. Otherwise, affordable or low-income housing. That is where the real deficit for housing is. We have launched a housing development called Catherine Estate, not too far from here. We've put out sometimes 100, 200 units. At one of our advertised lots for sale, we had 26,000 applying for something like 500 units. I wish to remind the business people, so yes, the NHT is in that area of the market, the housing agencies in that area of the market, but the NHT and the HHA will not be able to build all the affordable and achievable housing that we're in need of. We need the private sector to go into that segment of the market. But we agree more needs to be done to fill that segment of the housing market for persons earning just above, earning minimum wage or just above or just below middle income. Because that segment of the housing market is underserved. And the government will, in short order, announce other plans that will accelerate and scale up the provision of housing for our low-income earners, housing that is affordable and achievable.
Witness challenge on unphotographed evidence. The crime scene investigator, who doubles as a forensic photographer, said he observed ammunition and other items in the bushes during his assessment of the scene where Keith Clark was murdered 14 years ago, although he did not get to directly photograph them. He made the disclosure while being drilled by defense attorney Valunita Robertson, KC, about things you saw with your eyes but you were unable to photograph. Nita Robertson is representing accused Soldier Greg Tingling, who is on trial with 2 other colleagues in the matter in the Home Circuit Court in downtown Kingston. So you were required to photograph Aziz, even though the photograph could not show what you saw with your eyes, Nita Robertson asked. Yes, ma'am, he responded. You are aware, however, that where things like ammunition end up in a matter is very important, she asked. He again answered in the affirmative. The defense is arguing that the fugitive, Christopher Dodo Skoke, was camping out in Clark's basement with 7 to 8 heavily armed cronies on the night of the deadly May 2010 raid that claimed the life of the chartered accountant. The gunmen are said to have engaged the security forces in a fierce gun battle before escaping. Clark's widow and daughter, who were home with Clark at the time of the incident, have denied that anyone else was at the house that night. The crime scene investigator explained that he did not get to directly photograph some areas due to the state of the premises, and you're asking us and the jury to accept that what you say you saw was in fact there, and you're asking that we do that even though you don't have any visual proof of it? Nita Robertson asked. Yes, ma'am, he replied. The witness then said that the beer bottles seen in photographs on a table that night, which the defense suggested showed there was a gathering, were swapped for fingerprints, but this was not in his statement. The forensic photographer said he examined the scene between 1 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. on May 27, 2010 and took photographs. Later, he said that he returned on May 28 and 29 and saved the photographs on 3 CDs. He could not tell the court on Tuesday which photographs he took on which of the days. They were, however, labeled. Although he did not take a video of the scene, he later acknowledged after being asked that footage was taken by a late detective but not on his instruction. He said he did not assist with the video direction either. Nita Robertson gave him his statements to look over, asking him to help the court to identify the dates, but he said he could not. You agree that in performing your functions as a photographer for scene, you were not as accurate as they should have been? She questioned. No, madam, he responded, adding that he was acting under instructions of the crime scene manager. So your photographer X told you to photograph? The attorney asked. Yes, ma'am, I did, the investigator responded. Asked whether there was a reason he had omitted taking photographs on different days in his statement, he said no. He later revealed that although he took notes at the scene, the notebook was misplaced as he relocated in the office numerous times over the last 14 years. He could not recall how many photographs he took, but said that would have been recorded in the notebook. So you're unable to assure me at this court that what we have received here amounts to the photographs you took? Nita Roberts asked. No, ma'am, he said. She suggested to him that he took 1,040 photographs and downloaded them on a CD, but he said he could not recall. Nita Robertson further suggested that photographs 341 to 1,018 and 1,019 to 1,040 were missing, but the witness said he could not speak to that. The attorney also challenged his evidence that all windows at the 18 Kirkland Close, St. Andrew House were grilled. Not all windows at that premises are grilled. You agree or disagree? She sternly asked, to which he responded, all the windows that I observed were grilled. She answered the exhibit of another photograph of the master bedroom, where she said that Clark used the grill at the window to climb atop his closet before being shot repeatedly. The scene of crime investigator insisted that the window was grilled. JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.